Well, hello everybody, welcome down into the hole I call my winter dungeon. And yeah, today we are going to attempt to propagate some of those peppers. I went out and snipped them down last night, put them into a mug of water that you'll see very shortly. And hopefully they've got enough life left in them to maybe try and root. Those of you who have been watching my channel for a few years, you recognize that for some reason this really simple act is a huge struggle for me. So I'm going to try 2, maybe 3 different things to get them rooting. Anything that actually works would be great. I've tried about 1,000,001 different suggestions with very little success. So yeah, I'm going to try some of the powder, I'm going to try some berry roots, I'm going to try some water, and we'll just see what happens. Alright, first, let's take a look at the peppers that are going down here. In the past, airflow has been one of my issues with my dungeon garden, so we have this classic old fan, good old Sears fan, kind of set it up above the peppers so it's not actually blowing on them, but it's kind of just moving the air above them, hoping that'll make a good positive change. Brought in a couple more plants yesterday because I couldn't help myself. This tiny little tomato is one of the ones from the newest garden that Shocks and I built. I figure since it's so small and I'm going to be depriving things of nitrogen as much as I can this year, why not give it a shot? I mean, I full out said I wasn't going to bring any tomatoes in, but here it is all the same. And this pale beast beside it is the mouse melon. It might have gotten too cold, but I brought it in, harvested its little fruit, and I'm hoping it will come back because the idea of overwintering a mouse melon in the basement just, I don't know, it really kind of tickles me. So, got a few signs of wilt here. I need to do some more watering. That red demon's not looking great. The matchbox is not looking great. And I still haven't gotten to fixing up that paper lantern, so it's not fantastic either. But for the most part, things are looking pretty good. And this, well, not that wilt, but this wilt and that wilt could entirely be because of the fan. I guess if it's above these ones here on the ground, it's probably blowing right at that matchbox. So I may have some rearranging to do there. But it is nice to see all of these peppers down in the dungeon, giving it a grow. And it sure is nice to see that sage back for another season down here too. Today's project is attempting to propagate peppers though, not overwinter them. I've still got quite a few little nubs on here from little tiny peppers and flowers, and I'm sure they will all have to come off before I get too far into this. But basically I just chopped these two, these are the Burpee Hot Lemons. I just chopped these plants right off at the base and figured what the heck. I'll take as many cuttings from that as I can. I'll try and root as many of these puppies as I can, right? So, yeah. You never know until you get it going. But I did forget to pre-soak my soil trays over there, so I'm going to need to carry this on in a few minutes. Guess I'll put you back into your mug for now. And, yeah. Start you soaking. So while I'm waiting for that soil to soak up, what I'm going to do for this first batch, I think there are 7 or 8 in here. Missed one little flower start on there. So I've just kind of tried to take off all the flowers that I've seen and cut the bottoms on kind of an angle, varying angles actually. Some of them are pretty steep, some of them are damn near straight, but they are all fresh cuts on the bottom there. Just fish tank water, nothing serious. I am probably going to throw in, yep, there are the Epsom salts. I'm going to throw in a little bit of Epsom salts in here because that's supposed to help their immune system, right? And then over here in the mug, down in the bottom, I have some willow leaves that have been soaking for a little while. That's why I got this, kind of stuffed them in here in the first place. I'm going to do basically the same as the solo cup, except they've got willow leaves, which are supposed to help promote rooting. And then with these other ones here, I'm going to do some powder cuttings and some dry cuttings after I clean off all their starts. And after that has soaked up. So yeah, I'll get back to you in a couple seconds. Be right back. Now that my cells are nicely soaked, these ones that I'm doing the powder for, I'm just kind of putting a nice angle on the end, lightly dipping it in there, moving it over into the soil, like so. I am going to be putting the dome on this. I am going to be putting the warming mat, plugging it back in. I have no idea if these things are going to root or not, but as I'm cutting off the flowers on these things, they are just everywhere. What an incredibly productive pepper. So I mean, if any of these things root, then I'm in a good position here. But you know, 1 or 2 would be great. 5, 10, even better. You know, as someone put it in the comments, let's see how green the basement can get this year. So, I have, well, I'm going to try and take 9 cuttings, dipping them in powder, and then the other 9 will just be straight up put in there. Not a whole lot to see, really. And here we are at the end of the mess. We've got this stein with some willow twigs and some leaves and such in there. Hopefully that will help these root. These are sitting in just fish water. Hopefully they will root. These 9 were simply snipped and shoved into moist soil. These 9 were snipped and dipped into the rooting powder. Gonna put the dome on that. Got that old heating mat plugged back in. Pretty sure that's the right one for this anyway. Hopefully we'll start to see some humidity building up in there. And maybe, just maybe, 1 of these will root. So we've got like 18 in there, 7 in there, 7 in there, I think. So 18 and 14, what, 32? Give or take. No calculator, so quick math. What do you do? What do you do? Alright, folks, well that's pretty much it for this attempt at cloning. Once again, trying 4 different things to see if I can make pepper cuttings root. Maybe not a pepper I'm overly thrilled about, but it was certainly there. It was certainly an opportunity, and I don't want to be cutting anything down here in the dungeon until, well, it shows signs that it needs to be cut. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me today, and I have no idea what tomorrow's video is going to be, but I will definitely see you there. Take care, everybody.